Alrighty, so UFC 317 just finished. Well, not just finished up. Finished about 2 days ago, and yeah, I decided I'll do a quick video about future matchups for the fighters. I'm only gonna be doing the main card because bun that doing the whole fucking card. That's too much research. I'll do it for another time for another event. Maybe the Derek Lewis one coming up. I don't know. But yeah, this is just a future matchups. What I think the fighters should be fighting, who they should be fighting their next opponents, and all that bullshit. Yeah, sorry for the image on the screen. I know. Don't worry. I know it hurts. I'm gonna just leave it up for a few more seconds so everyone can really see, what happened. That's Oliveira on the ground, by the way. All right. After everyone's cried their tears, we'll all be attending Oliveira's funeral coming up. Make sure you bring your suits, flowers, whatever you got to say. Make sure you bring it to his coffin, and we'll lay him to rest. Alright, first matchup. Peyton Talbot versus my man, Ricky Turcios. I know, you guys, who the fuck is Ricky Turcios? Some of you guys will know. Ricky Turcios is a fucking scrapper, mate. High pace, high output scrapper, mate. That's all I'm going to say. He's not fucking amazing, but he's not great. And you're thinking, should I have given Talbot a ranked opponent? Yeah, I was thinking about Vinicius Oliveira. I was thinking about the Kyler Phillips motherfucker. I was thinking about Marcus McGee. You look at all of them, they all got fights booked. So we can't really do that. I guess you could wait out and have Talbot fight, but I don't want to put anyone who has a fight booked because you don't know the outcome of the fight. So Ricky Turcios, there's Patchy Mix too, which you could pick, which will be more, I guess, more entertaining because they're two bigger names. Like, people know Patchy Mix, people obviously know, the TikTok motherfuckers are going to tune in for Payne Talbot. But I was thinking, the guy's on 1-fight win streak. He's going to be a future prospect. Well, he's a prospect. He's going to make his way up the rankings. I believe he's going to go on a win streak. And I think it starts with Ricky Turcios. I think Ricky Turcios can bring a competitive fight, though. That's the thing. Look at this guy. Look at his fucking eyes, man. The guy may lose, but he can bring a fucking competitive fight. He's a young fella, 32. He's young. So I think this will be a good matchup for Payne Talbot. And he will try and mix in the grappling too. So yeah, I think a good one to get his confidence up. And then once the, like 15, 14, 13, their matchups are done, then you could book him for a ranked opponent. Or you can just give him one straight now. But yeah, I think after this, you can give him, after one more fight, like an unranked fighter, I think you can give him a ranked opponent. Now, Felipe Lima. I don't know why I said that fucking wrong. Versus my man, Daniel Marcos. I think that's how you say his name. The guy is undefeated, if you know. If you know, you know. He's undefeated. I watched one of his fights. Not amazing. I know, not amazing. But Felipe Lima's coming off a loss. And this guy's undefeated, so they meet head on in the unranked division. So I think this fight works. It shows if Felipe Lima is if he truly is on that level. I know Marcos has faced great competition too, but Felipe Lima, he's fought for Payne Talbot, okay, fair enough, but they're both unranked, alright? And the other one's undefeated. This one's coming off a loss. So I think both their pathways collide, and this will be a decent fight. I am worried though, because I've seen Daniel Marcos and he stunk it up one time, but he's alright, he's alright. I've watched another fight, he was okay. So it is what it is. I really just want Felipe Lima to bounce back. If I'm being honest, I do like him. I do respect his fighting style. I know he's a young fella, so he has time to improve that game. But I think this will be a decent fight. I'm trying to avoid like big match, like the big, like obvious ones. Like I'll be honest. Later in this video, there will be like obvious ones. Like you guys can already guess the future matchups for the fighters. Like Oliveira, Topuria. You can already guess. But for these ones, I was trying to go a different route. I was trying to figure out some matchups that would be cool. Maybe a little unexpected. I know there's obvious ones, but maybe unexpected. Like you could do Patchy Mix for Talbot, but I think this will be a good fight, lads. I think this will be a good fight. Now, Manny Moicano versus Michael Chandler. They're both off 2-fight losing streaks. or well, Chandler more than that, but they're both on losing streaks. They're not that far apart from each other in the lightweight division. I think Chandler's just underneath Moicano. I'm not sure about that. I think he might just be underneath Moicano. So this fight is fucking perfect. Moicano, he's got a name now. He's got a real name. People will tune in to see Moicano. He's entertaining on the mic. So he'll bring a decent fight, to be fair. And then, Chandler, obviously, he's going to come in with a scrap. Going to talk about, yeah, my kids, this is for my kids, man, this is for my kids. This is for Jesus Christ. And, well, he's just going to say the shit. He's going to say shit. People know Chandler. People love Chandler. He brings a scrap. So I think this fight works out perfectly. Both really close in their rankings. Both entertaining. Both have names, both have big names. And both are pretty entertaining. At the press conference too, Moicano's going to bring it too. He's going to bring the trash talk. So I think it's a good fight for both of them. And this is a risky one because I want Moicano to win this one. If they do this matchup, it's scary. It's scary for Moicano, but I think it's a competitive matchup. Both men have different ways they could win. Now, Dariush versus Fiziev. I didn't really see much for Dariush. I was just looking at the rankings, to be honest. I did this 20 minutes ago. I was just looking at the rankings and thinking who could fight Dariush. I was thinking maybe some unranked fighters. But I thought Dariush, he's coming off a win. He is coming off a win against Moicano. So I think he should fight someone else who's coming off a win who's also coming up. And I think Fiziev is a good one. Same with them. Same with Moicano and Chandler. They're not far from each other from the rankings too. I think they're right next to each other. So I was like, oh, this is a good fight too. I know Dariush can stink it up a little bit, but Fiziev is always going to bring a fight out of anyone. So, and he's always entertaining with the shit he does. Fiziev is always entertaining. So even if Dariush might stink it up, Fiziev will bring the entertainment. And this will be a good chance because Dariush can what's good? What the fuck am I trying to see? You test the grappling on Fiziev. He can mix up the grappling, mix up the striking, so it gives Fiziev different looks. And Fiziev, he's fucking athletic, he's explosive, so he's gonna, and he can stuff takedowns. So it'll be interesting. And I think this matchup is interesting. If you guys agree with me or not, put in the comments. If you think these are fucking shitty picks, I don't give a fuck. Put it in the comments. Say they're fucking shit. It's all right. Just let me know what you guys think, because I think this is a banger fight, kid. I think Dariush and Fiziev is a very competitive fight, and you could see either one winning. Now we're moving on to the big one, Joshua Van. Man, look at him, man. Look at Joshua Van. I'm on the Joshua Van bandwagon. Ever since I started this channel, I've been on the bandwagon. He's my channel banner. I've said this multiple times. I love this guy. I genuinely love this man. And look at him. I mean, they already had the face-off. To be honest, there's not much competition at flyweight for Pantoja. There is some. I'll be getting into him in later in this video, right after this. But I think this is obvious, man. This is obvious. They had the face-off. Joshua Van beat the number one contender. Called his shot. Had a face-off in the cage. I think you have to run this fight. And guess what? I'm backing Joshua Van. I don't give a fuck, man. Pantoja, obviously, he's proven he can hang with people in the striking. He has crazy grappling. But Joshua Van has improved takedown defense. Is it on the level of Pantoja? We don't know. We're going to find out. But I'm backing Joshua Van. I'm backing him to improve the takedown defense even more against Pantoja. And I'm backing him. I know Pantoja can mix up his takedowns, the way he gets them, like pushing him to the cage. You can see against Kai Kara-France, he switched. Because Kai Kara-France was doing something, he noticed it, and then next time he shot, he switched, got the back take. So, he can, there's layers to his takedowns. But I back Joshua Van, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm backing him. If he's an underdog, I'm backing him. You man called me crazy for picking him in the last against Royval. Look what happened. He did it. So Joshua Van, 2026 champion, I'm telling you. It's going to be a banger fight. I think, this could headline a pay-per-view. I know flyweight's not, before it didn't have much interest because it's flyweights and shit like that. But it's got interest now. Flyweight has got some real interest. There's interest in flyweight. This fight could main event a pay-per-view if it wanted. And I wouldn't even be mad. I don't think anyone would care. You would have to stack it a little bit more, but this, like, everyone's seen it on the international flyweight. Everyone's seen the face-off. People were getting behind Joshua Van. People are starting to respect Pantoja as a real champion. Fucking respect him as a pound for pound. He's one of the greats right now. And I think, like, we're watching one of the greats in his prime and we're not even fucking realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta respect Pantoja, boys. It's like if you guys watch boxing, is people have got around to Naoya Inoue, but before, bro, no one gave a fuck. We were watching greatness in his prime and no one gives a fuck. And I think that's the same thing with Pantoja. I think people getting around to understand, like, holy fuck, this guy is dead ass the king of his division. He's fucked everyone up. He's going down one of the greatest flyweights ever. Could be the greatest flyweight if he keeps this run up. So yeah, I think both fighters have built a decent name for themselves and are continue going to build them. Especially if you put them on a main event and you build promo for the fight. It's going to be a banger fight. It's going to be a banger fight, boys. Anyway, moving on to the next. We have got Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. I know this fight got fucked like once or twice. Fucking rebook it. Who gives a fuck? Brandon Royval's coming off a loss. He's no longer the number one contender. Manel Kape, I know he's done a lot, but at the same time, I don't think he's done a... let me take that back. I know he's done quite a bit, but he hasn't done a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were kind of just picking him because, fuck, bro, he was the next up. Like, he beat some contenders. And, you know, there's not many contenders for Pantoja to fight, so we were just going to push him straight away, get him in the front of the line. But now he has to go through some shit. I think he rebooked this fight because I think it'll be an entertaining fight. Brandon Royval always brings that entertaining fight, as you can see with that scrap they had. And Manel Kape has that speed. He brings entertaining fights too. So I think this, if you just rebook it for like later down the year, like you could do December, November, give Brandon Royval time to heal. Maybe even January, early January next year. You could put this fight on there. And I think even though it's been messed up a couple times, if you rebook it and we have this fight, it will be an entertaining fight, boys. I guarantee it will be an entertaining fight. Who wins? I don't know. It's a very competitive fight. That's for us to decide when it comes up. Anyway, moving on. I'm trying to remember who I picked it. Oh yeah. Charles Oliveira versus Dan Hooker. You guys are like, what? Dan Hooker? The guy fucking deserves it, man. The guy deserves it. Gaethje is fucking being a pussy and sitting out. Also, there is some news to that. There is some news. Apparently, Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett is looking to be done for, I think it's 319. I'm not sure. But there's rumors of it. But I think Dan Hooker deserves to fight up the ranking. He is on a win streak. I know he's been sitting out for a while, but it's not entirely his fault. He's got injuries and shit like that. But if you've seen, his hand is recovered. It's getting there. It's almost recovered. I think get him in there as soon as possible when Charles Oliveira is recovered. If Charles Oliveira wants to continue, keep going. I think the thing is, though, if you're going to do this matchup, you got to give Oliveira his time off. And it depends how quick Hooker wants to get back in there, We can all agree, though, this fight would be like a banger fight. Like, these two are both Super Saiyans. This will be a banger fight. And, it just depends, because I know Hooker is still recovering from his broken hand. Oliveira obviously has to have time out after the knockout. For his funeral, rest in peace. But once they're back, I think you book this fight and it'll be a sick co-main event. You could do it for 5 rounds if you wanted to. I mean, I don't even think it would probably go 5 rounds, but it would be a sick fight. So yeah, I think this would be a great fight to book. An underrated fight to book, to be honest, because I don't think people are really taking note. Like, yo, you could have Dan Hooker in the fucking top 5. Like, anyone you put him against would be great. And I think Oliveira coming off this loss, fighting down in the rankings, this would be a good one, because I think everyone else would be booked up. You have Arman Tsarukyan, who could be fighting for the title. You could have Paddy Pimblett, who could be fighting for the title. Gaethje, he's going to sit out or retire. You don't really know what's going on with him. So next one up, you could do Hooker, who's no one's really paying attention to, no one's paying attention to, or he's really got nothing going on. So This will be a good fight for Oliveira to come back to. Now, for Ilia Topuria, I know who we're all thinking. It's obvious. It's obvious. They've shown him on the 317 Saturday, right as he won. It's an obvious matchup. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Nah, I'm fucking. Obviously, you have to do Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett, and I know, Armin Topuria. Armin Sakarian has been absolutely fisted, mate. He's been completely fisted, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, everyone wants to see this fight, including myself. I was thinking, Armin Sarukian's got next. Armin Sakarian's got next. But then I seen this. I had the beef, and you just have to do it. You got to cash in now before it's too late. And I think this is the next fight you got to do for Topuria. Fuck off Gaethje. I hope he fucking doesn't fight. I know Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. That's the thing, though. I just seen, earlier today that Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett is rumored to be on 319, I think. I'm not sure about which event, but there's rumored that they will be fighting for a title eliminator. So it's like, if that goes through, then, who knows. But right now, everyone wants this fight. I mean, we would love Makhachev, but, that's not happening in JDM. So this is the next one. Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria. The build-up, the promo, the beef. It's all there. It's all there, boys. It's all for the UFC. If they just fucking cash in, if the UFC don't be fucking retards and they just cash in on this fight, they could have Jose Aldo fucking Conor McGregor levels of hype. Maybe you'll get there. Maybe I'm being, too overzealous, but I think it can, man. I think it has the beef, it has the hype. People want to see it. So yeah, I think that's what you got to do. Armin Sarukian's got fisted again. Sorry, lad. It is what it is. No hard feelings. It is what it is, brother. You just gotta sit out. Go train in LA for a couple more months, man. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Let me know what you guys think about it, about the picks. If you think they're dog shit or you agree with them, put them in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, so I don't go homeless.